Northeast Georgia is more than just a place to live.
It is a lifestyle rooted in community, land, and real connection.
We're Bridget and Karina,
Georgia realtors sharing real estate, real life, and everything in between.
and this is Rooted and Real. If you have questions about buying, selling, land, or life in Georgia,
Our phone number and emails are listed below.
and don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along as we explore Northeast Georgia one community at a time.
Why everyone is moving to Banks County, Georgia. If you drive through Banks County too fast, you probably miss what makes it special. Because unlike some parts of Georgia that seem to be changing overnight, Banks County still feels deeply connected to what Northeast Georgia has always been. Rolling pasture land, back roads, family farms, small communities where people still know each other. And for a lot of people today, that's becoming harder and harder to find. Banks County sits right along Interstate 85 in Northeast Georgia, tucked between larger growth areas like Hall and Jackson County, while still holding onto a quieter, more rural identity of its own. And honestly, that location is a huge reason why more people are starting to pay attention to it. Because you could still live on acreage here. You could still have animals. You could still wake up to peaceful mornings in open land while staying within driving distance of places like Gainesville, Athens, Commerce, and even Atlanta. The balance is becoming incredibly valuable, especially as more people leave crowded metro areas looking for a slower pace of life. And while Banks County has grown over the years, it hasn't exploded in the same way neighboring counties like Jackson or Hall have. In many ways, Banks County still feels like old Georgia. The county seat, Homer, is one of those places where life simply moves differently. It's quieter, slower, and more community driven. You won't find massive shopping districts or endless subdivisions covering every inch of land. Instead, you'll find local businesses, farmland, churches that have been there for generations, and roads that wind through hills, woods, and open pasture. And for the people who love Banks County, that's exactly why they love it. Because this area isn't trying to become a big city, it's not trying to be trendy or flashy or overdeveloped. It still feels grounded, but that doesn't mean anything is changing here. Like much of Northeast Georgia, Banks County is beginning to experience more attention from buyers looking for land and affordability outside of larger growth corridors. As neighboring counties continue expanding and prices rise, more people are discovering Banks County for the first time. And when they do, they usually notice the same thing: space. There's room here. Rooms for gardens, workshops, mini farms, horses, goats, backyard bonfires, and the kind of lifestyle many people feel like they lost in more suburban areas. For people wanting homesteads or country living, Banks County checks a lot of the boxes. And because Interstate 85 cuts directly through the county, you're not completely isolated from jobs, shopping, or larger cities. That accessibility matters. You can enjoy a slower lifestyle without feeling disconnected from the rest of Northeast Georgia. And that's probably one of Banks County's biggest strengths. It gives people breathing room. At the same time though, Banks County may not fit everyone. If you want nonstop shopping, entertainment, nightlife, or highly suburban convenience, this probably isn't the county for you. Some people moving from larger metro areas are surprised by how rural parts of Banks County still feels. Depending on where you live, you may drive farther for restaurants, healthcare, or certain stores. Internet access may vary in some rural areas, and compared to faster growing counties nearby, development here feels much slower and more spread out. But for many residents, those cons are actually part of the appeal because the slower pace is intentional. People here value privacy, land, community, tradition, and they want to preserve the character that makes Banks County different from everywhere else around it. That's really the story of Banks County right now. It sits in the middle of one of the fastest growing regions in Georgia, while still trying to hold onto its rural roots. And somehow, at least for now, it's managing to do both. You'll still see cattle grazing in fields, roadside produce stands in the summer, old barns sitting beside newer homes, and sunsets over rolling hills that remind you why people moved to Northeast Georgia in the first place. There's a simplicity to life here that people are craving again. And while Banks County may never grow at the pace of some neighboring counties, that may actually be what protects what makes it special. Because in a world where everything feels louder, faster, and more crowded, Banks County still feels quiet. It still feels local, and maybe most importantly, it still feels real. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or relocating in Northeast Georgia,
We'd love to help you find the place that feels like home.
if you have questions about real estate, land, farms, or local communities,
Our phone number and email are listed below.
and if you enjoyed today's video,
Don't forget to subscribe and follow along for more Northeast Georgia adventures.
thanks for watching Rooted and Real, and we'll see y'all in the next one.